Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are super excited for this webinar and this topic. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us. We've got just a couple minutes to go here before we get started, so thought we'd jump on and say hi, introduce ourselves, and would love for you all to introduce yourselves as well. You should see the questions box on your screen there. If you want to just drop a quick note to say hi, tell us where you're from, maybe tell us about your business if you want to. We'd love to get to know you and get to know, what types of business you run, so we can really tailor this best to your needs and what you want to get out of today. That said, too, if there's anything specific you're hoping to learn today, feel free to let us know that too. Again, like I said, we're really excited for this topic. Go ahead and introduce ourselves, I guess, real quick. I'm Miranda. I'm the marketing manager here at Easy Facility. I am a self-proclaimed marketing nerd, so when we're talking about your client's online experience, I get really into a topic like this. I think, marketing is one of those things that's universal in many ways, but then I always love hearing how it can be tailored to different industries and businesses and goals. So, really love to get into the nitty-gritty of a topic like this one. And Steve, I'll let you introduce yourself as well.
Great, thanks, Miranda. Yeah, my name's Steve Guscott. I'm the general manager here. I head up our UK branch and also our mobile app division here at Easy Facility. So yeah, really excited to get into this topic today. There's a lot to cover. There's lots of really cool points that we're going to go through during the presentation. So yeah, excited to hear kind of everyone's thoughts and feedback, kind of where they're from, what they're looking to get out of the webinar before we get started.
Yeah, awesome. I see we've got someone in Kelowna, Canada, working in rehabilitation and personal training services. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Got someone from Illinois, managing 3 indoor sports facilities. You've got your hands full there. Oh, just working on some online payments for rentals. So yeah, we'll definitely touch on that. That's something we can absolutely go over in today's session. I'm going to be talking about a lot of different ways that you can interact with your members online and then things that they can do on their own online. So really perfect opportunity to get those things covered today. Got someone managing a YMCA out of New Jersey. Excellent. Yep. Mount Prospect Cage Rentals. Okay, great. I assume that's maybe batting cages. So yeah, already we've seen, several different industries being represented here, several different business types, different requirements for what you want your clients to be able to do online. So yeah, I think we're going to be able to touch on everything that people are bringing up here, and I can already see how we'll be able to really tailor this, give a lot of good examples for everybody who's on today. If you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day for being here with us. We're super excited to get started. If you're just joining, feel free to drop a message in the chat to let us know who you are, where you're from, maybe about your business if you'd like to, and we'll do our best throughout the presentation to kind of tailor the examples we give to your needs. Looks like we've still got several people joining, but it is a couple minutes after start time here, so I think we'll go ahead and officially kick things off. Again, welcome everyone. We are really excited to be talking about how we are going to help you transform your client's online experience with a self-service portal today. And in addition to talking about a self-service portal, we'll actually touch on several different ways that you can interact with your members and your clients online. So really great topic today, a lot of good information for you. We introduced ourselves a bit earlier, but if you just joined us, we have on the call today Steve Guscott, who's the General Manager of Easy Facilities UK branch and also heads up our mobile app division. So this topic is right in his wheelhouse. He's also a coach himself, and so knows what it's like to be managing leagues and communications and payments and juggling all of these different things while interacting with your clients on and offline. So really great perspective, and has been working with our community many years and has a ton of great examples of ways that businesses like yours have used these online tools to enhance and add to their in-person experiences. I'm Miranda, I'm the marketing manager here at Easy Facility. My role today will really be as your moderator. I'll be helping with the Q&A and chiming in with any examples or advice that I have as I hear it. And then also during the Q&A portion, our training team lead, Mike Metzger, will be joining us as well to help answer any of those technical questions, help us work through any how-tos or instructions or details that we need to. A quick agenda for today's call. So first, we'll be talking about the benefits of optimizing your online experience, why this is important, why it would matter to you, how it really works with and alongside your in-person experience. We'll talk about key elements of your digital presence, which touch points you should be thinking about when you're thinking about holistically your client's online experience, what every good website needs, must-have features for your self-service portal, and finally, how to create the perfect mobile experience for your clients as well. Many of you on the call are already familiar with Easy Facility. You already work with us and use some of our tools and products, and we thank you for that and appreciate you hopping on today to learn even more about the best ways to leverage those solutions. For those of you who aren't as familiar with us yet, maybe you're new to our community or considering some of our solutions, we've been in the sports and fitness industries for 20 years now. So we've got a great background in working directly alongside people in the industry. Our founders came from the industry themselves, so they know what's required to run businesses like yours and to be successful. And really our goal is to provide the most value that we can with the solutions we have and the resources that we provide, which is, why we're here today and why we're so excited to be talking to all of you. So I'm going to kick us off by just setting the stage a little bit, and then I'm going to pass it over to Steve in a moment to take us through all of the detailed ways that you can use these online tools that we have to enhance your members' experience. But first, I'm just going to start us off by talking about why you should care about your client's online experience in the first place. And, this sounds like an obvious question to answer, but most of you are working in environments and in businesses where really what's most important to you is your client's online in-person experience, So the online experience can feel a bit ancillary and a bit secondary in some cases, but I want to highlight why this is actually super critical to then delivering on an excellent in-person experience as well. So first of all, the majority of relationships, business relationships, and sometimes otherwise now, do begin online. Over 75% of people, before they visit a physical location, they're going to look up that place online. And that first impression is so important in developing that relationship. And it's really the first opportunity that you have to set the stage for the entire rest of the relationship, to set expectations, and already kind of wow people with the presence that you have. On top of that, 90% of consumers expect a seamless experience on every platform. So whether they're, coming to your facility, calling you on the phone, visiting your website, visiting one of your social media channels, they expect to have the same access to information, the same responsiveness, to know the look and feel of your brand and your organization. So again, it becomes really important not only at the beginning of the relationship, but throughout a relationship with your clients to have a really strong online presence as well. Thankfully, there is some really good news for you as business owners as well here, and that is that removing friction from the buying process has been shown to increase sales. So the easier you make it for clients to self-select and to choose how they interact with your business, to choose what they purchase, when they purchase it, the more that will show in your bottom line. So some really good news for you there, and again, why it's so important to take these tips to heart. On the flip side of that, obviously a poor online experience can also damage, or in the worst of scenarios, even end a relationship. And of course, this is far more common and more serious for an e-commerce provider or something like that. But even for in-person businesses, this is still really important. And again, you want to make sure that you're just thinking about all of these potential touch points to make sure that it's optimized, and so you're going to make your relationships as strong as possible. With that, I am going to be turning things over to Steve. Just a couple of quick reminders before I do that. Please feel free to use the questions box throughout the webinar, and if you have any questions relevant to the topic we're addressing at that moment, we'll try to pause and address those at that time. We will also then have a full Q&A session at the end of the presentation, so you can wait for that as well, and we can go a little more in depth into some of these questions then. That's also when Mike will be joining us as well for any of those more detailed how-to questions. That said, if you do have a super technical question where you really want to make sure you go through it in a lot of detail, our support team is going to be the best for that. So feel free to reach out to them if you already kind of know you'd like a little more hands-on help with something. We will also be recording this session, so you'll receive that recording within 24 hours, can review it again as many times as you like, share it with the rest of your team or other owners, things like that. All right, with that, I will pass it over to you, Steve.
Great, thanks, Miranda. Great job there at teeing up all of the things there that we're going to cover in this call today, in this presentation. Just thinking back to the couple of slides where Miranda mentioned there, 75% of kind of online experiences now start online. The old adage of that you only get one chance to make a first impression. That used to mean for the sport and fitness industry, making sure your staff were well presented, making sure your reception, your front desk was clean and tidy and kind of reflected what you were doing. But now that first impression is happening, seemingly many steps before somebody steps foot through the door. So hopefully a lot of what we're going to cover today will really give you some kind of thoughts and ideas kind of around your website, your self-service portal, your mobile app, and kind of all of the digital touch points that we would kind of expect you to have. Great to kind of see some of the feedback in the chat there. It seems like we've got a real mix of clients, some that may already be using Easy Facility and looking to see how they can perhaps improve their online experience and using the self-service portal. And also quite a few I noticed that perhaps not using a software at the moment, perhaps looking to see how they can kind of branch out those online offerings. So I think we're going to have plenty in this presentation today for everyone. So kind of excited to get started with it. So we've talked a lot about the online experience already. So I guess kind of what makes an online experience, and looking at the slide we've got here and the map we've got on the right hand side, I think we can safely say it's quite a lot. There's so much going on, so much that your facility is at the center of, but there's so much more kind of around that. I spoke about it briefly just a moment ago in terms of how you can, clients, 75% are not even stepping into the facility, and they've already made some kind of engagement with you, whether that's online or through your social media channels. We're going to touch kind of on many of these digital touch points in a moment, but really want to focus on looking at got the point there, owned, paid, and earned. So I really want to explain kind of what we mean by that. And looking at the owned is a lot of the things that we're going to go into today in this webinar. Your website, you own your website, you own your mobile app, your Easy Facility self-service portal. These are all touch points that you are, you're in control of. And then we go on to the paid digital touch points. So it's things like your advertising. It could be the traditional ways of advertising, and probably more likely it's now kind of the SEO, the online advertising that you're doing to attract new clients to come to your facility. And the earned is kind of, again, one I want to talk about a lot when we go into the website, but really looking at things like reviews. Everything you're doing in your facility is about making sure you have the best possible experience for your clients when they're there, when they're working out, when they're doing your session, when they're using your facilities, your batting cages, your pitches, your courts. So when you get a review, make sure making sure you're highlighting that is kind of really important, and we'll touch on that in a minute when we talk kind of specifically about the website. As I mentioned there, everything in this map, your facility is at the center of it all. Everything that you do, and everybody on this call, I'm sure they are running their businesses in a unique way. There may be some kind of personal community they're building there at that facility. You're the experts really in the in-house stuff, training your clients, making sure they're reaching their fitness goals, or giving them the resources to be able to work out. So what we're going to touch on, and there are 3 key areas that we'll look at throughout this presentation today. First one being the website. Then we'll look at the self-service portal. We'll kind of go into a bit more detail about what we mean by a self-service portal. We've talked so far and kind of assumed that people know, but we'll go into a bit more detail about exactly what that is and what it means. And also the mobile app experience, probably an extension of the self-service portal, how you can put that in the palm of your client's hands so they're there and ready to book on the go. So what every good sports and fitness website needs, we've gone through, and we think there are 7 key things here that define a good sports and fitness website. Firstly is defining who you are and what you do, who you help. So, if you are a spit and sawdust boxing gym, for example, then let people know that's what you are. Like, you shouldn't, you should be able to put your kind of unique offerings online and let them know exactly what you're going to do. Similarly, if you're a ladies only gym that focuses perhaps on weight loss and kind of healthy living, perhaps put those, make sure that's clear in your website. It will also help you attract the right kind of clients, and seemingly also make sure that when you do attract those clients, you're attracting the right kind of clients, so you're not left with unhappy customers. The second one is detailing the services that you offer, the programs, whether it's your class timetable, the different classes that you run, different rental services that you offer, making sure you've got a detailed breakdown of exactly what they are. So really critical for a class timetable, for example. You might have some really nice and unique names for your classes, but making sure that a new client who comes to your facility or to your website for the first time knows exactly what that class entails. There's probably nothing worse for them than maybe being a beginner and turning up to kind of an extreme class, an extreme HIIT class, for example. So making sure you detail exactly kind of what happens in that class, who it's aimed at, and will give the clients the opportunity to make sure they're signing up to the right class. And also at the right time in their fitness journey. Maybe that extreme HIIT class is going to be perfect for someone with good fitness levels that's coming to you. Once you've got clients to the website, the third thing we want to stress is putting a call to action in there. If they've come to your website, you've done the hard work, you've done the correct advertising to get them there, you've got them to your website, they're browsing your services. Put a call to action so that you don't just lose them. It could be something that they think, oh, maybe I'll come back and look at that in a couple of days, and before you know it, they've checked out somewhere else that's kind of giving them an opportunity to sign up for a free trial, as an example. We'll go into detail in a moment as well about offerings for offering your services online. So how are you going to allow them to sign up? If I'm ready, I go on your website, I'm ready to join. How easy is it for me to find the ability to sign up to become a member? Some kind of call to action. It's going to be different for different facilities, of course, but making sure there is a call to action there so that once they're on your website, you can turn them into a paying client as quickly as possible. We talked about reviews just a moment ago, and things like FAQs and your guarantees go alongside that. If you've got a great review from a customer, let's get it displayed on your website as prominently as possible. It's going to allow clients to compare themselves to other people in their situation and see what success they had at your facility. So putting those reviews online, really important. Also, your FAQs, it's not just going to be new clients that have questions. It could be, you know, a client that's been a member for many, many years or used your facility for a long time. Having those FAQs readily available will save you time as well, because they're going to be able to find the answers to the questions they want quickly and easily. And again, kind of ties in with the call to action a little bit, but the location and contact info, you know, great that they found you, but how are they actually going to physically find your facility? How do they know, I mean, you know, I want to call to ask a question. I may want to, you know the next thing to do. Having your location and map is, you know, links to Google Maps is always really helpful. Having your contact information, again, stuff that can be readily available for them to find. And your member resources and your login, again, this kind of ties in with a couple of the things we're going to talk about later on in the webinar, but having a link to your self-service portal on the website, maybe they don't know the unique link to that self-service portal, but they do know your website, make it easy for them as possible to log in. And also the app, you know, we talked about, we'll go into detail about the mobile app experience shortly as well, but having the ability for them to click to download, whether it's iOS or Android, find the app and download it as quickly as possible. You know, in the fitness industry, I find more than any other industry, there are so many kind of similar names, and you know, you want to make sure they're downloading the right app for the right facility, so they can see the correct class timetables, etc. So having those easy links to download your app is really important. And finally, making it a modern and easy to use design on your website. You know, Miranda talked about the figure earlier, which is, you know, 90% of people expect a seamless online experience. If your website isn't easy to use, you know, it's clunky, it's old, you know, you can't find what you're looking for, the likelihood is that clients that are expecting that easy to use online experience are going to drop off at that point. That's going to be the point that you lose them. So making it easy to use, making it a modern design, keeping it updated is key and really important to your kind of online success. So we've talked a lot already about self-service, the self-service portal. So we're going to go into now and look at, firstly, what a self-service portal is and some of the key features and must-have features for that self-service portal. So firstly, what is a self-service portal? So, you know, its clients are able to access information, they can complete bookings and any other tasks kind of in their own time. You know, we understand that your members, the time that they may want to book is not always going to be a convenient time where you've got someone there at reception to take their call or see them face to face. They may not be able to book their session straight after the last one's finished. So making sure they're able to kind of have their own portal where they can go online and do all of the tasks that maybe in the past have been something that they would expect to do in-house. You know, we again keep going back to that figure, but 90% want that easy to use online experience. So making sure they have their own self-service portal where they can do all of those features. And what are the main features that we would expect to see and you to use in a self-service portal? Well, firstly, online booking. Really, really important. Your class timetables need to be online, readily accessible for your members to book, your non-members to sign up to those classes. Making payments, you know, key. It was something I saw in the chat when we started. Kind of payments was something that came up a couple of times, and you know, again, it's making your, you know, payments is probably the most important thing in your business. You know, you need to keep money coming in, you need to make your services available, but of course, you know, you need clients to be able to pay seamlessly and easily. So again, all included in the self-service portal, and something we'll go into quite a bit of detail with. Member preferences as well. You know, how easy is it for example, me to update my telephone number, or I've moved address, or my payment information? All of these things we'll cover in the member preferences, and something that's kind of that online profile that they can see easily and update. We talked about rentals as well, kind of ties in with the booking, but being able to put your facilities availability online. It may be that you've got courts or pitches that are, you know, the busy times, the peak hours are full kind of, you know, 7 days a week year round, which is fantastic. But what about those kind of off-peak hours? How easy is it for people to find that you've got availability and actually go in and make a booking? So again, that's something we'll cover in detail. And also the video library as well. Kind of, again, an extension of what you're doing in-house in your facility. So being able to offer some kind of online library of classes and how that ties into your sessions as well. We'll go into quite a bit of detail about that. I guess the thing to say at this point, you know, Easy Facility, here at Easy Facility, you know, we think that the self-service and having that online presence is so important. And as such, the self-service portal I think you're looking at here today from the self-service side is included in all our Easy Facility packages. So something we know is key and really important to facility owners to have not just that in-house software that can help you manage your business, but also give your clients the tools to be able to do stuff on the go and save you time as well by allowing them to do it and not having to contact you. So let's take a look at some of the key features there in a bit more detail that we've talked about. And we've tied online bookings and rentals in together. I think they're, you know, I think they're really important and two things to look at, and will probably be, I would imagine, the kind of the most commonly used area of your self-service. You're going to be able to put your class timetables online, making it easy and as seamless as possible for your clients to book. You know, maybe that you've, you know, clients have packages included in their memberships that allows them to book on, you know, unlimited classes, or maybe it's that they have to pay kind of additional for classes, but having them online makes it seamless and easy for them to book. You know, you want to be able to, you want to make your business, I guess, open for business 24/7. I talked a little bit before about how, you know, if you have a receptionist in the front desk 9 till 5, let's face it, most people are probably going to be working or tied up with busy family lives. So making it easy for them to book is really important. There was a client I've spoken to recently who I think they're predominantly aimed at the parents or you know, of preschool children. So you know, these are people with busy lives, busy family lives especially, and you know, likely have their hands full with children throughout the day. They did some research and found that the majority of their bookings were happening kind of past 8 p.m. in the evening. So that time when kids have gone to bed, it's a bit of time to kind of make sure they're getting their classes booked. And it wasn't just kind of after 8 o'clock. They were finding that a lot of bookings were kind of being made during the middle of the night when maybe they were up with sleepless children and using that time to kind of utilize the bookings. So you know, having that available online for your clients to use is really important. Same with your venue availability as well. You know, if you've got pitches, courts, etc., that cages that need to be booked, you want to put that online to make it as easy as possible for those clients to be able to go in and book and complete those bookings at any time of the day. And booking and buying sessions as well. I talked about those that maybe are not, you know, not free. So allowing them to be able to buy those sessions. Maybe it's updating a personal training package. Maybe it's buying a batting cage rental. All of these things are important to allow your clients to do it just a touch of a button. Hopefully, the first three things here that the first three bullets we've covered will allow you to be all of your, whether it be your class timetables or your venue availability as full as possible, really kind of utilizing the space that you've got available. But you know, let's face it, people's lives change. You know, whether it's being caught up at work or being sick, not being able to make a session, having a wait list allows your clients to, if you have somebody drop out, someone seamlessly and easily to fill that space, that really they can cancel, somebody else is ready and waiting to take their place. And we've also found with clients' feedback we've received has been, if somebody's booking and they find actually that session's full, I'm having to book in on the wait list, even if they don't get in that time, the next week, if they want to do that class, they'll make sure they're going online and booking as earlier and much earlier as possible. And then you'll find that actually your classes do get filled up much quicker than they would before. So utilizing that wait list really allows you to to get those classes and get your full kind of utilization of the facility.
Steve, we actually have a good question here that it might make sense to address now.
Yeah.
And that's really just, how would online booking work for personal training sessions that are one-on-one?
Yeah, great question. So I'm going to make some assumptions here on this question, but if it's a personal trainer, I imagine you're going to have availability for a certain period of time. Let's say you're available to take sessions from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. What you're able to do is put all your availability online, and that could be broken availability as well. It doesn't have to be in a solid block. Maybe you're available 6 till 2 and then 6 in the evening till 10 at night. I don't know, whatever works. You're able to put that availability online to show that your clients that you're available, whether that's hour slots, half-hour slots, whatever sessions that you do. Clients are then, you're able to set a specific number of people that can book into that class. So if it's one-on-one personal training that you do, that class size is obviously going to be 1. It allows your clients to go in, see what availability you've got and book your session. If they've got an existing package, I imagine if you're running a personal training studio, they're likely, maybe they're buying blocks of 10 or 20 sessions, however much in advance they buy. They'll have a remaining number of sessions. They're able to go in and book and book into their favorite time or book into a time that suits them.
Great. And this person did actually clarify they do one-on-one and they do one-on-two training sessions as well. So it sounds like they would just want to set that limit accordingly to either one person or 2 people session.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, again, if you have any questions as we go through this, doesn't have to wait to the Q&A. If Miranda sees a great question there that's relevant to what we're covering, please feel free to add it in now and we'll get it answered. So I guess moving on to member preferences, it's kind of another area of if your self-service portal that really gives your clients the ability to update things that need to be updated and save time for you and your staff. If someone changes their email address, moves home, you don't want to have to field calls from them to be able to to be able to update that information in your Easy Facility account. Have them go online and do it themselves. And updating personal information is probably a key one and probably the most common one that's going to happen. But maybe they missed out on that recent marketing email that you sent with a special offer that they didn't receive, and actually when they went to look at it, they weren't subscribed to marketing emails. So being able to update the email subscriptions again is really key. Allows them to set their preferences based off what they want to receive, and again they can do it seamlessly and easily in the portal itself. They're also going to want to view upcoming bookings as well. We talked about kind of busy schedules in the previous slide, and actually you may go in and think, right, yep, this week I'm going to do this class, and this class, and then life gets in the way and you think, oh, what did I book in for? You can go to that self-service portal and see, here are my upcoming bookings, and you can also see historic bookings as well. So maybe you want to see how many times did I work out last week, how many classes did I attend. You can just go back and see your historic bookings and see what classes you'd taken part in. Also good for seeing kind of your active status on the wait list as well. So if you're waitlisted, again, something we didn't really talk about actually in the previous slide with the wait lists, but you're going to get emailed if that space does become available. So maybe seeing the current status of each of your upcoming bookings is really important as well. And finally, kind of member and non-member pricing. Being able to see that actually, yeah, I'm a member, I can log in, you can see additional pricing based off your membership status. So if you're an active member, you're on a gold membership, for example, it entitles you to cheaper rates for personal training. And again, you can see that member versus non-member pricing in the portal as well. I guess talking about pricing, that takes us kind of nicely onto payments. And again, it's something we've talked about quite a bit already, something that's going to be kind of really key to allowing your clients to purchase everything that you offer as a facility online. So buying memberships, packages, courses kind of probably ties into all of the industries that we would cover, and the kind of industries that I'd seen there in when we first joined this call. So buying a membership, really important. We talked about it linking to your website. If you're a new client going online to book into, I want to join this facility, how easy is it for you to do it? Well, through the Easy Facilities self-service portal, you can put links to individual membership plans, you can put links to your self-service portal, which makes it easy for your potential clients to go online and view and buy the appropriate membership for what they want. Also in here, they're going to be able to see all of the benefits of that particular membership type. So they can see what they're signing up for, what they're buying. Same for the packages. If you're selling blocks of 10, blocks of 20 sessions, they're going to be able to see what they're buying, and it's going to be as easy and seamless as possible for them to do that. Updating payment information. Let's say they've joined, they are a member at your facility now, which is fantastic, but credit cards expire, cards get cancelled. It's the kind of the modern online world, banking world, I expect. But being able to update payment information as and when these cards expire and things change, it makes it easy for you as a business owner to know that actually if this member's card has expired, maybe it's 10 days until their next payment, they can go in, they can update that payment information, and you can have peace of mind that the next membership fee that's due to be taken is going to be collected, and there won't be any further delays. Of course, that's probably an ideal world. I'm not saying that everyone's going to be as organized and as brilliant as that to be able to go in line and update the cards. So often people won't realize that their card's expired, or they've got a new card and it's a payment that's being processed until that decline happens. So allowing your clients and your members to go online, pay open invoices, means they can pay those past dues as quickly as possible, get those cleared, allow them to continue to be able to check in and use all of the facility there that you have. They can also view closed invoices as well. So maybe they need to see historic invoices of what payments they've made to you, what kind of services they bought, when did they last buy a personal training package. All of these things, they'll be able to view seamlessly and easily those invoices from historic payments as well, which again is a huge time saver for you, because if someone's made a payment, they don't want to have, you don't want to have to be fielding calls saying, oh, can you send me an invoice from a payment I made in 2021? We want to make it easy for them to find that information as possible. And through the self-service portal, they'll be able to get that full historic detail of any payments they've made to you.
I think that's great, both for your clients and for you and your staff. I mean, your staff has much better things to be doing than pulling invoices for people and paying, payment of records of any kind. So it really just makes a ton of sense to put that in your clients' hands. They can access it when they need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially for, if we talk about smaller organizations that perhaps your staff may be kind of doing many different roles, many hybrid roles. You may have a trainer that perhaps will cover the floor or the front desk during quieter hours. You don't want them having to deal with those kind of queries when they could be planning a session for the next class or the next personal training client they've got coming in. So really taking that stuff away from you and putting the emphasis on the client to go and get it. So I guess the fourth and final kind of feature of the self-service portal we're going to look at is the video library. And I was speaking to a client recently, and they had a real concern with the video library because they didn't want their clients to kind of take away from what they're doing in their facility and actually even feel like maybe they don't need the facility at all. Well, kind of what we've found, certainly kind of post-pandemic, so to speak, that clients are really using the video library as an extension of what they offer. You know, absolutely key to everything you're doing and for your clients is going to be what goes on in that facility. You know, the communities that you're building, the sessions that you're running, the uniqueness of everything there that you're doing. But you know, however committed somebody is to their fitness goals, you know, we've all probably had times where, you know, we've woken up in the morning, the snooze button's been pressed probably one too many times. And how can you make sure that you allow your clients to keep up their fitness goals? Maybe they're working towards a set workout plan with you. How can they do that when maybe they've missed their session? There's not going to be another opportunity for them to get into the facility during the day. Well, the video library is a great way to do that. It allows you to put some on-demand video content for your members, and it could be kind of full classes that they can do kind of themselves in their own home. Real stuff that kind of allows them to pick up on that stuff if they've missed a session. Right, I'm going to do this, or maybe they're just super keen. You know, maybe you've got they're doing a 5-day personal training sessions with you, but actually they want to do something else outside of that. They're really kind of on a roll with their fitness goals. So allows you to put that content online for clients to use and access as well. So really kind of flipping that on the head in terms of how you kind of envisage that video library. It's definitely an extension of what you're doing and a tool to support that in-house experience, because you know, absolutely all the clients that we deal with, that in-house experience is so key. So definitely wouldn't want to take away from that. I know Mike is going to be joining us later on, and you know, from chatting to him the other day, he was talking about some clients he'd trained recently who were looking to use the video library really as just a way to showcase their classes. You know, we talked earlier and when we were looking at the website about how we can put that stuff online, give a detailed breakdown of what each class entails. But what better way to do it than to have a video? You know, maybe it's a short 2 or 3 minute video of what goes on in that class, really kind of showcases your facilities, your trainers, and gives your clients and your members an overview of exactly what's going to happen in the facility and what they would be signing up for if they were booking into that class. Some key features of the video library itself: you can obviously upload any file format, so really easy to get your video that you've got and upload it into the video library itself. And also in here, you can include social media integrations. So any links you want to make to your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, etc., can all be linked to your self-service portal. Make it as easy as possible for them to find those social media channels. And Easy Facility also has an integration with Zoom as well. Really allows for those online live stream classes. So again, gives you another way to market to your client base and give them just some additional services for kind of when they're not in the facility itself.
And Steve, we have another question here that came in a little bit earlier with regard to the video library. This might be a good time to answer it. So this person asked about creating a video that they want new members to watch prior to joining. So, you know, probably some type of onboarding, maybe setting expectations around how the training works. I'm not sure exactly what goes into it, but they want to make sure that people see this before they actually join. So they're curious about what would be the best way to display that and give people access who aren't yet members and make sure that they see that before they sign up and actually purchase the membership.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and you know, that's probably so many different ways that they could do that. And I guess a lot of that will really entail kind of what is the journey from, you know, you inquiring to become a member through to physically signing up. You know, we talked earlier about having those membership types linked on the website. How about kind of putting that short video as a mainstay on your, you know, your membership page of your website, for example, which could include you know, that short video, kind of a real overview of who you are, what you do, the services that you offer, and then having that, you know, above, for example, the sign up page or the links to the different membership options. Maybe if you talk through the different membership options in that video, just having some links and having them detailed just below. So actually I can see, great, this one's going to be a fantastic membership for me. It's exactly what I want, exactly what I need. I can see just below that, sign up to the gold membership, for example, click buy, and away you go. So having it easily accessible kind of goes back to that call to action. You know, somebody's watching that video, they're finding out who you are, what you do. I've decided I want to sign up. What next? And if it's just there on the same screen, you're clicking a button to do it, to sign up. That's the experience that everybody would want from an online kind of website or self-service portal.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying here. Really tie these things together to make it super seamless for the person visiting your website who is considering this membership option that you have. I think too, you and I had talked about that the self-service portal, so a lot of the time, the way that people use the self-service portal, you need to log in first to access all of the content there, but that doesn't have to be the case, correct?
No, absolutely. So, you know, it may be that you want to put all of your offerings online, and I guess we call it the public view. So it may be that you're quite happy to show everybody that's visiting your self-service portal exactly what you offer, what you do, the kind of services that you would expect. So all of that can be made public. Of course, if somebody gets to the point where they want to sign up, then yeah, they're going to have to put their details in, of course, because you need to know who they are and who exactly is going to be joining. But yeah, absolutely, that can be made public. So entirely up to you, and kind of have a real mix of how clients use that. Some people love the public view. They want people to see exactly what they offer, the kind of classes that they do. They don't want that behind their login. It's only at the point that they book that they would need them to log in to confirm their place. But others prefer to use it as kind of a members only portal. You know, maybe you go online, you buy your membership, you're in, you've created your account, and now you can see what classes you know, are available to book, etc. So again, real balance to kind of how our clients use that, and both offerings are available.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've got some options there. Hopefully that answered your question, and you can kind of choose based on your business model and how you want things to work, you know, which approach you take. The other thing I wanted to double down on highlighting, because I think it's such a cool feature, is the social media integration. So I know you touched on that, but I just want to take it a step further, because I know you and I spoke about people who are, you know, have an integration with their Instagram presence, where the videos that they're publishing on Instagram are being pulled into then the self-service portal and shown there. So just how you can really, again, tie together the different elements of your online presence, and, you know, makes it a little bit easier for you to manage both things as well, that this doesn't have to be a whole other undertaking to create this video library. You may already be creating some of that content, and, you know, just by setting up the integration, you could have this whole other collection of videos for your members or potential members, you know, again, however you want to use it. But I just thought that was a really cool thing to highlight, and maybe something that is a little bit easier than people might even think it is to start something like this.
Yeah, I think having that that online presence these days has become so much easier, hasn't it? You know, ultimately at the click of a button, we can all kind of showcase ourselves and online. So, and your clients are going to, and you're going to know this best, is your facility. You know, you're building that community. Kind of, what are the the channels where you're getting kind of most engagement. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe kind of it's perfect for you. You're putting some great stuff out there, and you're really getting good engagement on Instagram. Maybe it's YouTube. It really kind of depends on who your clients are, and kind of you know your clients best. So if you're getting some great interaction from a certain social media channel, definitely, as Miranda said, yeah, get it linked there on the self-service portal. Pull those videos in, gives you an extension of putting those kind of videos online for them to view and see.
Great, and good questions as well. All right.
Yeah, brilliant. So I guess the next part of the three areas we were going to focus on, and really the final part, I guess, is the mobile experience. It's really an extension of that online experience for your clients, for your members. So let's take a look at some of the key features. And Easy Facility has its own branded mobile app. Again, an extension of your website, an extension of your self-service portal, really kind of ties everything together and puts your clients, everything we've looked at in the self-service portal in the kind of palm of their hands. So of course it's going to give you increased brand exposure. So you're creating your own unique individual app. If your customizations is going to be there available in the app stores for your clients or for your members to download. Often these days people are looking for a website. They're searching you online, of course, but maybe they're just going to the app store and they're downloading your app. It's having clients with your app downloaded on their home screen really kind of puts you front and center. Maybe they're not visiting your website, but they're opened their phone, they've unlocked it. There's your app icon at the center of their screen, ready to book. I know I have my my gym. I have that as at the front of on the front page, so that I'm able to kind of use that mobile check-in to get into the facility. But really helps with additional things like again, it's not kind of noted here, and there's obviously so much. This is a kind of a webinar in itself, really, and we have done some kind of webinars before on the branded mobile app. So there's so much that we probably aren't even going to touch on today, but having that exposure of things like push notifications really kind of pushes out that marketing presence for you as a business. Talked about kind of custom home screens. We've got some examples of a couple of clients here on the right hand side there. Allows you to link to things like your website, self-service portal, and much more. Again, something that we've looked at earlier, wait lists. Really, for those popular classes, you want to make sure you've got someone there ready and waiting to take that place. Again, through the branded mobile app, you're going to have those the opportunities to put wait lists through the app as well. So maybe someone's in the grocery queue waiting to buy, and they think, oh, damn, I haven't booked my session for tomorrow. They can go online and kind of open your app and book those sessions really quickly and easily. A few other things to look at with the branded mobile app: the reporting suite. How many members, how many people have downloaded your app? How many clicks are you getting through each page? So having that reporting suite is important. And multi-location capabilities as well. If you're running a number of facilities under one brand, you're not going to want people to download 4 individual apps for 4 different locations. So having the ability to put that all in one central app where they can choose their home club, for example. Maybe you have some services that are kind of split between the different sites. If you're local, those sites are local, they may have a membership that entitles them to come to any of those 4 different facilities, for example. So having those multi-location capabilities are kind of really important.
Yeah, and just to add to everything Steve has said, I think the branded app solution that we offer is so nice because it is turnkey as well. You don't have to know anything about app development. We take care of all of that for you. We basically have a a template that you can kind of work from. And there's a standard set of features that includes a mobile schedule being included where people can book into classes or sessions. We have the virtual membership cards so they can check in easily. You can send push notifications, you can do in-app announcements and promotions and all kinds of other things. But then also with the branded app, you get that added ability to make it match fully your branding, to customize that home screen to where you're providing quick links to the things that your community wants access to at the touch of a button. So you get to really just personalize it fully to what you want your brand to be and what you want it to stand for, and then what your members want and need to be able to access quickly like that and on the go. And this can really then act as sort of a hub where you can provide links to your website, your social channels, your self-service portal from here as well. So this can kind of be their virtual home for interacting with you and your business. So when they're not in your facility, this can be a great go-to for them to get access to anything they need to reach you.
Definitely, yeah. So we've looked there at some of the key features of the branded app, and some of these we've touched on already. The fully customization of everything. Miranda's done a great job there of explaining kind of everything that goes into that, and kind of listings in the major app stores as you would expect. We also kind of brand your app icon, your home screen, your splash or your load screen. All of this is done by our in-house team. So you provide us your logo and we really take it from there and get that fully kind of designed for you. Everything's approved by you. We have a full in-house development team that will build those apps for you in native apps in the iOS and Android. And with the branded app, you're also going to get early access to any new enhancements. We're adding features all the time to the product. And with the branded app, you're going to get many of those new features quicker. We've compared this here to the MemberMe Plus, but probably haven't really talked too much about kind of what the MemberMe Plus is. So it is our aggregated solution for a mobile app. So again, included as part of many of the Easy Facility packages. It's really, again, your clients would download the MemberMe app, and in there they would be able to search for your facility and save it as their home club, and then use many of the features that we've talked about already. So, for example, the class booking, the electronic membership cards for check-in, the kind of key things that you would need your members to have to be able to kind of utilize the services there that you're offering. We found that the clients have had really great success with this when perhaps they're transitioning their members from being perhaps members that just come into the facility and book face-to-face or over the phone, or that kind of in-house face-to-face booking process, and transitioned kind of away from that and allowing them to go online for the first time, maybe using self-service to book. The MemberMe Plus is kind of an addition to that. Again, as I said, included in a lot of the Easy Facility packages, and allows for kind of the first experience of using a mobile app in a gym facility. And we've found that actually by doing that, many clients have pushed it out to their members have loved it, and then they thought, oh, actually, wouldn't it be great if we had wait lists, or then the facility itself thinks, oh, great, this looks nice, but I'd really love my own custom home screen, for example. So those additional features, it's kind of a really designed for those clients that are looking to maybe kind of utilize that mobile app experience for the first time. So again, a really easy way to configure that. And again, that's all set up in-house by our team here, and they will be able to kind of take care of that process of getting it set up for you, and allows there for you to utilize the services kind of within that. So that's covered the main 3 areas that we wanted to look at: the website, the self-service portal, and also the mobile app experience. I hope that's given a kind of a good overview as to the key areas that we see for that whole kind of digital journey for a customer. I've put some kind of key takeaways here, the 4 kind of key takeaways from this presentation today. So the first one is really automate as much as possible, because it's going to be firstly a huge time saver for you, and it's something that your clients have come to expect. They want to be able to make changes to things themselves, sign up for memberships themselves. So anything that you can automate, definitely do it, and it allows you so much more time to focus on the things that you do really well: training clients, building your communities. By automating some of this is a real time saver. Second takeaway: offer your clients on-the-go scheduling and sales to open, so to speak, your facility 24/7. Kind of touched on a lot of that already. I think that's quite kind of self-explanatory, kind of what we mean by that. But putting your online classes, allowing your memberships to be sold online, really key to making the customer's experience as seamless as possible. Number 3 is utilize all the available opportunities that create an online experience for your members. We looked at that map right at the start of this presentation. So many different areas. Make sure that you're touching on all of those key ones for you, because if your clients are looking for you in certain digital channels, then make sure you've got a presence there. And then finally, the self-service and the mobile app is an all-in-one home for your clients' needs when they're outside of the facility, which, let's face it, is probably going to be a lot more of the time than they're actually in the facility. So making it easy as possible for them to do everything that they would want to do in the facility, outside of the facility. So those are the key takeaways from this webinar. There's been some great questions already. I'm going to pass back to Miranda, who can kind of lead that Q&A. But if you've got any questions now, then please feel free to add them in on the questions box there on the sidebar.
Yeah, Steve, thank you so much. A ton of great information, and I know that we, have already been on for about an hour here. So if everyone though has a little more time, if you have questions, please stay on. Steve and I will stay on as well. I think unfortunately, Mike from our training team did have to hop off. He has to go train some new clients on the software. So, but we will stay on with all of you to get a couple of questions answered here. So please feel free to still enter those in if you haven't already. And I know we have a few queued up. So first one, this is a great question. How can you control which sessions appear in the self-service portal or online or in the mobile app as well?
Yeah. So that is fully customized by you. So if you're familiar with your Easy Facility account, you've probably got your whole class timetable and all of your sessions listed in the actual Easy Facility account. You can choose what ones of those you can make online and what ones are not available online. So fully controlled by you. So I guess to answer that specifically, maybe more of a question for support in terms of how to get into the configuration to do that. But really something that's very straightforward to set up, and allows you to say, hey, I've got all of these classes, I want people to book these, but perhaps these ones are my more kind of private one-on-one, two-on-one personal training sessions. So I wouldn't want somebody to go online because I'd want to do a consultation, for example, beforehand. So really, allows you to put what you want online and take away what you don't want. Still have it in-house for you, but not have it available for clients to book.
Great, thank you. Next question. So this person, first of all, says they've used the self-service portal for 10 years now, amazing product. Now after COVID, we're using self-service to sign up 98% of our clients. That's fantastic and a great time saving for you. I mean, that's just a fantastic story to be told there. But the one thing they've noticed is that clients perhaps can't cancel online. So wanted to just talk through that scenario and, the approach to that most clients use.
Yeah, you know, firstly, great to hear that number's, you know, staggering in terms of how many members are signing up online. Great that you've, you know, you've got the stats on that as well. Brilliant to hear. I guess to answer the cancellation point, I think we see a lot of clients don't want to put that cancellation option online for members, because if I'm unhappy with a service and I want to cancel, they want to be able to speak directly to that particular member. So they make it kind of an in-house, you know, an in-house experience that needs to be done, whether it's over the phone or you know, in-house at the facility. So that's, I think, one of the key things that we find, that people don't want clients to be able to cancel online. But you know, your feedback there is definitely something that we will pass along to our development team, who you know, always looking at kind of key requests and features that are coming in from our customers. So yeah, yes, that's the kind of you know, the short answer to that. But yeah, absolutely, we'll pass that along.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a good question and good feedback. You know, there are kind of two schools of thought on it, but definitely something that we will pass on, and you know, happy to follow up with you too and talk through the particular use cases and your thoughts on that. We would love to do that. So be on the lookout. We will reach out. Next question. I'm going to make this a little bit more general. I think this person is asking with respect to payments and being able to update clients being able to update their payment information from the self-service portal, which is a great tool for them to have and a great time saver for the business. But this person was curious about reminders that can be sent out regarding payments or regarding payment methods, perhaps expiring. So can you just talk through some of the options that you have on the Easy Facility, more admin side of things, to make sure that payments stay on track?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. A client can receive kind of notifications of the expiring cards. You can also receive those notifications of clients with cards expiring in you know, a certain number of days that are due to expire soon, that could affect the next payment. So that can all be configured. And if you're not receiving those already, it sounds like it's just a configuration thing, something that may need to be enabled in your account. But from your perspective, yeah, absolutely. They should get a notification as the customer that their card is due to expire, and you as a business owner should be able to see that. And of course, the client can view that as well if they're going into their self-service portal, viewing their member preferences, their payment information. They'll be able to see there that the card is due to expire, and then seamlessly update it if it is.
Perfect. I think since we've been through several of the questions during the presentation, there's really only a couple more comments that I wanted to make sure we mentioned here. So again, if you have any final questions, please enter them now. We'll kind of be wrapping up soon in the next couple minutes. This isn't so much a question, but I thought was just a really good comment to do with the video library. How about creating our own exercises to put in videos? And I think just brings up the point of how many different things that you can actually do with those videos. I know that when we had spoken to Mike prior to today, he mentioned that people would do tutorials of certain exercises or videos on how to warm up before your training session. So I'm just throwing those out there as additional ideas for people. And Steve, if any others come to mind right now, feel free to shout them out, or anyone else in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's just a great point. There's so many things. It doesn't just have to be utilized for a class that you want to put online, or an online workout, 45-minute workout class, for example. There's so many different ways you can really utilize it. And yeah, great point to consider.
Great. I think the one final question we'll take, this one is a little bit general, but it was about rental booking. and being able to book and pay online. Are there any particular tips around how you set up your rentals in your self-service portal to make sure it's easy for people to find that and make those bookings, make those payments online?
Yeah, I guess kind of to answer that, something I touched on briefly before, but how what is, if you have a facility, you're renting out space, whatever that may be, a pitch, a cage, a court, what's the reason you're putting those sessions online? It could be that you're absolutely full from, I don't know, 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. every evening, because that's your peak hours. By putting those non-peak hours available online for clients to book, really allows you to kind of maximize that venue availability and get as many of those slots filled as possible. If it is wanting to put everything online, so you've got any spaces at all, you want to get them filled. So I guess kind of really understanding exactly what it is, and maybe you have certain pitches that are block booked year round, and maybe you have other pitches that are not. So really just kind of understanding exactly what you want to get out of that by putting your bookings online and making sure you've got as much availability added as possible to allow your clients to book at whatever time they can.
Great, yeah. So really just important to think about how you configure those and what you allow people to book to get, rented what you would like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. I think that's actually all the questions we've had right now, and I realize we are over time, so thank you so much for everyone for staying on with us. We hope you took away at least a few things that you could go back and use in your business. If you do have any further questions for us, please feel free to reach out at any time, info@easyfacility.com. It's just a quick email address you can use. We'll also be in touch with all of you within 24 hours with the video recording, as we said. So feel free to reply back to that email too if you have any further questions. And again, thank you so much. And thank you, Steve, for the awesome presentation.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks everyone. There's been some really great feedback and some questions. So I really appreciate everyone's time, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right.